you have got the invitation of the century, Robert.
Yes, thank you so much for seeing me.
How on earth did you get your hands on this coronation invitation?
Well, we got a British Medal of Honour from the Queen,
Right.
and for doing that, the King has invited all the people with British Medals of Honour to the coronation.
But did you have any idea before this landed on the mat that you were getting this?
We got an email before asking if we would come.
And what was your reaction when you received that?
I think everybody at work was jumping for joy.
But were you surprised? I mean, they're coveted, aren't they? Because there's been some suggestions that even some of Charles's closest friends haven't been able to come. So for you to be invited, you must be so honoured.
I know, we're still in shock, and it actually took me a day to open it. I had it on my mantelpiece for a day closed because I was so nervous.
Really?
Yes.
And can we have a look at this
Of course.
very special invitation? Because it's rather beautiful. It says on it, the coronation of their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla, by command of the King, the Earl Marshal is directed to invite Mr. Robert Hunningher to be present at the Abbey Church of Westminster on the 6th day of May 2023. And just to say, this is just so ornate and beautiful.
Well, I mean, it was absolutely shocking, especially opening it. The experience of opening it and then seeing the design and seeing what the King will bring to us next is very exciting.
So you didn't open it for a day, and then how have you been keeping this safe?
I've been keeping it in my son's King Charles storybook.
To ensure it doesn't get damaged.
Yes.
Will you frame it afterwards?
I'm hoping to find a silver frame and go in the house above my mother's desk.
Now, one thing I've noticed on this, Robert, is it's just your name on this invitation.
I know.
There's no +1?
No, my wife was very disappointed that she wasn't invited as well. But at the same time, it's fine for me to represent, I think. So we'll still have a great time.
It's the biggest invitation you've ever received, Robert. The key question is, what on earth are you going to wear? Tell us all about that.
Dress wear, we're wearing tails.
Right.
So we're getting that done by Charlie Allen, who's a friend who's finding a reasonable way to do it, so we're not spending too much money on the suit because these things can go totally out of control.
Of course. And do you need to wear a top hat?
Top hat, yes. My son keeps on trying to paint it, so I've put it out the way. But
Robert, have you ever dressed like this before for anything?
only once when we came to the garden party after, but I mean, even that wasn't a suit on this calibre. So this is a very exciting time.
And do you have any idea where you'll be seated in the Abbey?
No idea. They tell you on the morning. You need to be there at 7 a.m. and then we'll see. But I hope to be sitting next to the commander of the NHS, Martin, because he's a lot of fun.
You've mentioned the NHS there. Now, one of the reasons why you won the medal and indeed you've got this invitation is because of Humdinger's efforts during the pandemic, because effectively you ended up feeding a great many people in your own local community, didn't you?
Well, we helped feed the key workers at the Royal London, and we did lots of surprises for ambulance workers and for key workers around Hackney, where we would drop off, let's say, 100 lemon drizzle cakes or, 500 meals a day for 3 months.
What I find interesting about both the medal and then the coronation invitation is the fact that clearly the powers that be in the palace behind us recognise what you were doing. And so they're keeping tabs on British businesses doing good things for communities, clearly.
Well, I think they've been watching for a while because we have written quite a few times asking them to come and serve in the soup kitchen, but the Queen at the time said no at this time, but she would keep an eye on us.
Now, Robert, you've mentioned the British Empire medal you were awarded with. Can you show it to us?
Of course. It's a beautiful medal.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever been so proud to really get something like this, and I never expected it. It wasn't for this. It was for because the people needed feeding. I'm still pinching myself. I can't believe what a wonderful experience this will be, and my kids and my wife are all very excited for what this will bring to our family.